Okay, so we continue with this question. So I'm gonna turn the page and start again. All right, now let's see when you have things like this. Okay, so we're up to question 4. Question 4. All right, let's say that you have 5 divided by 2x minus 6, and then plus 1 divided by x minus 3. Okay. All right, now we need to pay attention. Okay, so before we do anything, we need to see whether we can take common factors. All right, so we are going to look at the first fraction and see if we can somewhere take common factors, and then we're gonna add this fraction here. All right. Okay, so 5 is there, so we don't do anything to 5, but then you can see that we have a common factor between these two. Okay, the highest common factor between 2 and 6 is just 2, and the other factor is going to be x minus 3. And then we add the other fraction. Okay, so you can see that this denominator looks similar to that one, except that in this one we have a 2 extra in front of the x minus 3. So what we are going to do, we are going to amplify this fraction by 2. Okay, so we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 2. Okay, so and we're going to do it this way. So we're going to do 5 over 2x minus 3 plus 1. Now we're going to multiply the other one as well, and this is times 2. Okay, all what I did is just to amplify this fraction by 2. So I multiply the top and the bottom by 2. Doesn't matter if you do 1 times 2 or 2 times 1. Same for this one. You can do 2 multiplied by x minus 3, or you can do x minus 3 multiplied by 2. I did it this way, so then they look identical. Okay, and when the denominator are identical, then you can put these two things together. So we're going to say, and we're going to do it in one go. So we're going to say 5 plus 1 times 2, which is 2. And we know that we have the same denominator, so then we can put this together by keeping the same bottom number. Okay, and then we fully simplify. Okay, so 5 times 2 is 7, and we don't need to do anything with the bottom bit. Okay, so I mean that the answer is 7 divided by 2x minus 3. Okay. Let's do something a little bit more sophisticated, but not that much. Okay, let's say that you have 5 over a minus 2, and then we're going to add 2 over x squared minus 4. All right. Before we add these two fractions, before adding them, we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to see if we can find factors. Okay, this one will still be the same because we don't have any other factor but 1, and so this should be 2 in here. Okay, so this remain the same because we don't have any other factor. We don't need to take common factors. But in this one, you can see that we can factorize this expression because this is the difference of 2 squares. Okay, at this point you should recognize difference of 2 squares very, very quickly. So this then become x minus 2 and x plus 2. Alright, and then you can see that these two denominator are different. Okay, in here we got a minus 2, and in here we got x minus, let me see, I think I made a fundamental mistake. Okay, so we are doing a and x, so this should be actually a. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fix the question, so give me 1 second and I'll be back to you. Alright, okay, so I really want to fix this, and also I'm gonna fix that one here. Okay, so this is a squared minus 4. Okay, so this is a minus 2, and this is a minus 2 and a plus 2. Okay, now it's good. Alright, so what I was saying is this. So in here we got a minus 2, and in here we got a minus 2, but also we are multiplying this a minus 2 by this. Okay, and if I'm going to have the same denominators, then I really need to amplify this fraction by a plus 2, like this. So I'm going to do 5 multiplied by a plus 2, and then I'm going to do a minus 2 multiplied by a plus 2. Okay, and then the other one will stay the same. Okay, so the good thing now is that they have the same denominator. So you can see a minus 2, a plus 2, a minus 2, a plus 2. How we did that? By multiplying or by amplifying this fraction by what it was missing. Okay, so what was missing from here, it was the a plus 2. A plus 2 was missing from here, so that that's the reason why we amplify this by a plus 2. And then we're gonna simplify. Okay, so we know that we have the same denominator, so I'm just gonna put a minus 2, a plus 2, but then we can simplify the bottom. So this is gonna be 5a, so you're gonna put 5a, and then 5 times 2 is 10, and then we're gonna add 2. So I mean that the final answer for that question is gonna be 5a plus 12, then all divided by a minus 2, a plus 2. All right. Okay, so if you like, you can rewind the video and see how we do this question again. And sorry about that mistake, but sometimes it's good to make a mistake so then you don't do the same. Okay, so you are aware that you need to be careful when writing, the question. Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay, so this is now question 6. Question 6. Okay, question 6. Let's do this. So we got 4 over c squared minus 9, and then take away 2 over c squared minus 2c minus 3. All right, so we're gonna look at these two fractions very carefully, and you can see that in here again we have the difference of 2 squared, so we're gonna do 4 over c plus 3, and then we got c minus 3, then take away. Okay, so the other fraction includes a mnemonic. Okay, so we have talked about that many times. So here we got c squared minus 2c minus 3. So we got 1, 2, and 3 terms, and one of them is square. Okay, and then we have to do what we have done before. So we're gonna say that we need to find two numbers that when you times them together, the answer is -3, but when you plus them together, the answer is -2. Okay, so you're gonna put, so we're gonna have two brackets in here, and you're gonna put c. All right, so two numbers that when you times them together equal -3, but when you add them together is -2. So the numbers are -3 and +1, and we're gonna check it that way. So -3 and +1. Let's see. -3 times +1 is -3, and -3 together with +1 is -2, so it works. Okay, now we're gonna compare, this denominator. So in here we got c plus 3, which is missing from here, and then in here we got c minus 3, which is here, but then in here we got c plus 1, which is missing from here. So if we are going to have the same denominator, what we are going to do, we are going to amplify this fraction by what is missing from here, and then we're going to do the same with the other one. All right, so what is missing from here is c plus 1. Okay, so I'm going to multiply 4 by c plus 1, and that let me do the same with the denominator, c plus 1. All right, and then take away. Okay, and then I'm going to amplify this by what is missing from here. Okay, and you can see that what is missing from here is c plus 3. Okay, so we're going to put c minus 3, c plus 1, and now I'm going to multiply that by c plus 3. Okay, so I'm going to make this bracket a little bit bigger so it doesn't look like c. All right, and then if you look carefully, then you're going to see that we have the same denominator, maybe in different order, but it's still we got c plus 3, c minus 3, c plus 1, which is what we have in here, in different order, but that doesn't matter. All right, and then we're going to keep the common denominator, c plus 1. Okay, and then we're going to take away this minus that. So we're going to do 4 times c is 4c. 4 times 1 is just 4. And then we're going to take 2. and then we're gonna simplify. So we do 4c, can now simplify that, but we can simplify 4 minus 2, which is 2. All right. Okay, and then the bottom is still the same, so we're gonna have c plus 3, c minus 3, c plus 1. And then if you really want to impress your teacher, then you should take the highest common factor between these two expressions, which is 2. Okay, so we take 2, and then we're going to have 2c plus 1, and then all over c plus 3, c minus 3, and then c plus 1. Okay, so when doing this, you have to express the answer in simplest form. So that means that you need to factorize until you have, the answer fully factorized. Okay, so that is question 6. All right, so we're gonna do one more question, and then you're gonna be ready to do the rest of them. And after all this algebra topic, you're gonna be doing a class test. Okay, so if you are in my class, Mr. Gonzalez class, you are going to do a class test. Okay, so I have already put that test on Canvas. Okay, so you're gonna see that if you go to Canvas, you're gonna see on your right, okay, you're gonna see algebra class test. Okay, so you're gonna click on that one, you're gonna download it, you're gonna do that test, and then you're gonna upload it, and then I'm gonna see how you did. Okay, but let's do one more question, and then I'm gonna show you the review exercises that you need to do. All right, so this is question 7 and last question. All right, let's see. Okay, let's say that you have x divided by x squared minus 16, and then take away 2x 4 plus x. Okay, so you can see that in here the bottom of this fraction is the difference of two squares, so that means that this becomes x plus 4 multiplied by x minus 4, and then we're gonna take 2x over 4 plus x. All right, and then we're gonna look at these two denominator and see what is missing. Okay, so you can see that in here we got x plus 4, and in here we have x minus 4, but in here we have only 4 plus x, which is the same as x plus 4. So that means that in here something is missing. Okay, and what is missing is x minus 4. All right, so that means that we are going to amplify this fraction by x minus 4. Okay, so we're gonna do okay, now we say that we're going to amplify this fraction by x minus 4. That's why I'm multiplying 2x by x minus 4. And then we're going to put this as x plus 4. So I'm going to change this. And then multiply by x minus 4. All right, now the good thing is that we have the same denominator. So we can put everything under the same denominator, and then we're gonna do this, take away that. Okay, so we do x minus 2x bracket x minus 4, but then we need to simplify, so we're going to do x. Now negative 2x times x is minus 2x squared, and then negative 2x times positive 4, that will give you plus 8x, and then we do this x plus 4, x minus 4, and then we simplify if that is possible, and it is, because we got 8x plus another one, so it's going to be 9x minus 2x squared, and all that will be divided by x plus 4, x minus 4. And then we're gonna continue, because we can take common factor from this one. Okay, so the highest common factor between 9x and minus 2x is just x, and then the other factor is going to be 9 minus 2x, and then we divide that by the common denominator, and then that's it. So that is the answer. All right, so you can finish these exercises, okay, from unit 18, and then you have the final revision. Okay, so this is algebraic fraction review. Okay, so you're gonna this is unit 19 from the booklet, so you're gonna go through this question, and then, well, it's up to you whether you do, you know, all of them or some of them, and if you feel confident with, you know, some of the questions here, you don't do it, but if not, then you should do all of them. Okay, so this is review. Okay, but so I mean that for homework you're gonna be completing. So homework, what you are going to do, you are going to complete unit 18, and then you're gonna do as many as you can from unit 19, and then do unit 19, and then if you are in my class, you are going to do the test that I put in Canvas, and from what I remember, I call it, so do this from Canvas, and it's under, I think it's called Algebra class test, I think I call it test. Okay, and then you're gonna you can you have time until Thursday to do these tests. Okay, and this is all you can do, and that finally ends everything that we need to do for now about algebra. Okay, so you can watch the videos at any time, okay, and you can download them, you can rewind them, you can do anything you want. Okay, but my advice is to watch them in order. Okay, so there is few more videos. One is called, I think it's called Algebra Addition or Multiplication or Algebra Part 1, and then we have Part 2, and then we have Algebra Part 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I put them in order, and so you need to watch them, you know. So all right, so that ends finally the the algebra topic. And for now, and probably we're gonna come back to some of this stuff later when doing equations. But for now, that's it.